Okay, this video I'm going to show you many ways to play a C chord. And we'll start off with a very easy way that I teach my beginning students. This is a partial chord. I put my index finger on string 2, fret 1, or 2-1, strum 3 strings. And then I could later add my middle finger to 4-2. There's another C chord. Then I could add my ring finger to 5-3. Okay, that's another C chord. Some guitar players will put the pinky over there on 5-3 and then add the ring finger onto 6-3. And they'll strum it that way. And the other advantage of this is they could be doing the bass, alternating bass note. It's in position, because some people will go like this and they don't have to keep moving it this way. Okay, the other way they could do, here's another C chord. It has actually it's playing a G bass. So that's another way. And then going back to the beginning way, if I want, I could add a pinky or this finger here and strum 3 fingers. Again, add the middle finger and then switch fingers around. A regular C chord plus the pinky on there. That's another one. An advantage of that is if I'm going back and forth between the G and the C, a little bit less movement. Okay, I could play it as a bar chord, or I'm sorry, yes, as a bar chord. In this case, it's actually going to be considered a power chord because I'm going to play just the first 2 strings here. String 5 on fret 3, and then 4, 5, and play just those 2. And that's considered a power chord, and you hear that a lot in rock music. Easy to play on the electric guitar. Okay. And when I do that strumming, I'm actually deadening this 3rd string with this finger. So this way it's easy to strum just those 2 strings. I could add an extra string by putting the pinky on 3-5 and strum those 3 strings, sorry. Those 3 strings there. Or I could bar it and catch that extra string, the 2nd string. This is a tough one. This is a bar chord for C, and you can see by the redness on that ring finger, I'm bending the knuckle so that I can make that part of my finger flat, so I can try and flatten that out. Hard to do on acoustic guitars, easier on electrics, because they have thinner strings and better action. So right there I'm strumming strings 5, 4, 3, 2, and then if I can catch that 1st string, I'll try, but it's not easy on a cheap acoustic like this one. Okay, so that's another C chord. Now I could just kind of switch fingers around. I'm going to take my 1st finger and put it where this ring finger is. Okay, that's on fret 5, strings 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to put my pinky on 1, 8. That's a C chord, strumming only the 4 strings closest to the floor. Now I got my index finger over on strings 1 and 2, fret 8. Okay, I'm going to strum those 2 strings and the open 3rd string. That's a C chord. Then I could add my middle finger to 3, 9, C chord. Add my ring finger to 4th string, 10th fret. There's your partial bar chord. Okay? And then I could do a full bar chord on fret 8. I put my finger down, bar all of the strings at fret 8, and then with my other fingers I'm going to make an E shape. Okay? And that is a C chord. Okay, now for the C7 chord, I could start off as a partial, like a C chord. And I forgot to mention, the C chord that we just did, all those had combinations of 3 different notes, the C, E, and the G. That's what makes up the C chord. On the C7 chord now, I'm going to play the C, E, and G, but I'm going to add the flatted 7th of the scale. In this case, it's the B flat. And that's what's going to give it that 7th sound. And so one way to play it, I'm kind of backtracking. Go back to your partial, play those 3 strings, and add now the ring finger on 3-3. There's a C7. I can go ahead and add the pinky. There's a C7 also. I could add my middle finger. That's a C7. Then I can go back and play. The original way we played was I had the C chord and added. Okay. And you know, I could do the /G bass by going like that. Bar chord finger on fret 3, and then I'm going to make an A7 shape with my 3rd and 4th finger. So ring finger on 4-5, pinky on 2-5. There's a C7 chord. Okay. Then I could go ahead and I could bar like we did before with the C chord, and now I'll catch that 7th note, flatted 7th, up here on fret 1-6. Okay, or I could just get rid of that finger, that 1st finger now, just leave it like that, and just hit those 4 strings, or I can switch it around like this, and that's an easier way. Okay, that was a C7. Then if I went over and played the C partial bar chord like we did before on fret 8, again that's the F shape played up. Okay, there's a C chord. If I add my pinky to string 2, fret 11, that's the 7th note. Okay, or I can do full bar and make an E7 shape with my other fingers. Again, I'm on fret 8. Make an E7 shape there. And then I could always add that pinky back on 2-11 if I want to get that higher flatted 7th sound. Okay, and the reason why we want to know how to play different positions and different fingerings is to make it easier for us, like I showed you between the G and the C chords. You know, I can keep that finger anchored there. I don't have to move it. C chord right there. The other reason is if I want to get a certain sound, like if I play a C7 like here, like the typical way, it doesn't have a lot of character. If I was playing with another instrument, you may not even hear that 7th. So if I wanted to be heard a little bit more or emphasize that 7th, I can go up to here and hit that note there, and it might stand out a little bit more. And then the other reason why is if I'm playing with another guitarist or a bunch of guitarists and they're all down here on a C chord, I could be up here playing a higher range, maybe standing out a little more, and I could even play a different rhythm. Let's say they were playing just, you know, whole notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could be up here and I could be playing a rhythm like the Beatles did that really good. They would have one guitarist playing in one position, one rhythm, and then they have another one playing higher, and it was a different rhythm, and you were able to hear those on the recordings. So I hope this is all making sense. Hope you're having fun, and I will see you in the next video.